Again, I want to start with talking to you about the 800 files. This is one. The 800 files of school curriculum that were recently leaked from a teacher. We know this teacher is a black conservative. He received all of these from a group of teachers at a recent teachers conference this summer. And he started going over it and listening to everyone, and it scared the heck out of him. I'd have him on, but he is rightfully very concerned about the backlash that he would get. The cost to his family and his career is too high. We have verified through a secondary source that he is, in fact, a teacher. He's been teaching for over 25 years. We also have done some homework on where this is, and we'll show you that here in a minute. Not only is it disturbing, all of this, but the source said he was told that teachers have been sharing this curriculum everywhere they can. And I'll show you how far it's spread later on in the show. The teacher gave these documents to our source, a friend of his, and that person put it all on social media. Not one single outlet has looked into it until tonight. Yet another case of the mainstream media failing in its job. But you know what? You are the only one that's going to make a difference. I showed you earlier the National Education Association has endorsed this. That's the teachers union. But it has a string of other high-profile endorsements, including the Seattle Education Association, the Chicago Teachers Union, the New York City and Maryland State Education Association. If you live in any of those cities or states, your kids, I can guarantee you, will be seeing this stuff soon, if not right now. And what I'm about to show you is just the beginning, but I found it a little shocking. Black Lives Matter supporters have developed lesson plans that start from preschool all the way up to the 12th grade. I don't know. Did the Tea Party ever do this? Oh, no, we didn't have the money. Do you know the money it would take to tailor things for ages and get it out to the schools and the unions for each age to be able to brainwash the kids on Marxism and how to destroy capitalism by using race, sexual orientation, and gender? To do that, you have to focus on some principles. First one, restorative justice. In essence, tear it all down and let somebody else rise from the ashes. Now, you can't say that to a 5-year-old. Instead, they offer this little poster to be hung up in your preschool's classroom. We know that if someone knocks down someone's block building, you have to help him rebuild it. You can't just say sorry and walk away. In other words, hey kids, here's how we justify riots. It's a Sesame Street guide to mayhem. Might as well just show a big picture of a big, happy, bumbling big bird tearing apart Wall Street like Godzilla for the entire Marxist village. Next is empathy. If you're white, you're a racist. To help students learn all about their racism, these radicals have a lesson plan for that. They recommend listening to a little Tupac while reading a poem from the Black Panther radical Assata Shakur, and then ask the question, why is the black and brown body hated so much? It's hated? Next, loving engagement. They define this as a commitment to practice justice, liberation, and peace. In other words, it's a summer of peace. Get out onto the streets, pick up a sign, and protest. This is a week-long curriculum titled Children and Youth as Change Makers. The goal is to teach kids how to become a social justice advocate and hit the street. This is for third graders. It is a 5-day lesson plan, Monday through Friday. It culminates on the final day with the following. Children engage directly in their cause of choice. Have children create protest signs for issues that they want to stand up for or fight against. Stage hallway protests, gym rally, or go into the neighborhood for a youth march. Our children don't stand a chance. They're not being taught anything except how to be radical activists. What the hell has happened? They are being turned into street soldiers as early as 9 years old, and most of us never even know it's happening. You think a 9-year-old cares about making protest signs and hitting the streets? Well, maybe a protest over the meatloaf, but I mean, that's about it. I'm sure you've seen the uptick of kids being used lately as leftist causes, for leftist causes. A lot of us thought, why would their parents do that? It's not the parents. It's being taught to them in the schools. This is a group of kids that the writers of this curriculum proudly flaunted, no doubt after attending their little week-long activist course. Another principle in the lesson plan is collective value. Now, if this were college, they'd come out and say what they really mean. Capitalism is evil. Marxism, socialism is awesome. Private property is from the devil, and individualism is like a cancer. But you're talking to 5 to 18-year-olds. Instead, they say this: everybody's important and has a right to be safe and happy. Another way to say that is collective value. No. Does it sound happier that way? Kind of makes me want to read some Karl Marx and Bob Ross, watch him paint at the same time with furry little animals. Last week, we got a glimpse of the part of the Democratic Party's 2020 platform during the DNC. It included a full-on assault to eliminate school vouchers. You want to know why? Because you can't get this into private schools. Not true. You certainly can't get parents to teach this crap. They need every child in America to be instructed with their curriculum, their lesson plans, all of the stuff I'm showing you tonight, all of it. This is what they want taught. And if you attempt to get away from it, they're going to shut you down. Did you happen to see what was going on in the background of Elizabeth Warren's DNC speech? Looked like it was from a kindergarten classroom. There she is. BLM. Oh, that's what's in the end. BLM in blocks. This curriculum has been approved from the very top. If you thought what's being taught to grade schoolers was bad, wait until you see what they're pushing on middle and high schoolers. These kids are getting a crash course on Marxism and communism. It's insane.